So I want to start out by asking how you were diagnosed with your eating disorder and what were the symptoms that led up to the diagnosis.
Okay, so I was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, and that was accompanied with excessive exercise. And I was officially diagnosed at the age of 18, but after it coming to light, that happened because I actually had a medical emergency that happened at a track meet. And when I went into the doctor's office, that's where it kind of came out. My symptoms that I had were like those that like obsessively think, like I could tell you how many calories were in anything. And then my heart issue that I had during a track meet when I was 18.
You had a heart issue?
Yeah.
What was the heart?
Let's get it. Oh gosh.
Was it an arrhythmia or?
Yeah.
Like a limited food intake with it or like with?
Yeah, so I would eat like an apple in a day. Or I was so obsessive over it that I would figure out how many calories I needed to burn like at my soccer workout or at whatever workout, and I would eat like just at that to meet it, but then I would do exercise after on my own to like cut back those calories even more. So I was always living in like a deficit. It like made me feel like good. Like that was like the high that I was chasing, is like the self control of like I don't need to eat food. Like look.
Do you feel like you fully recovered?
No, I think personally, and I don't know, I haven't really talked to other people who have had eating disorders, but I think once you have it, you kind of have it for life. It's because it's a mental illness. It's not like a choice that I made to not eat. Like it really is something that is like wired into my brain. And anorexia, it's usually seated in other things. It's not just like, oh, I don't want to eat food. It's was completely propelled by my body image issues and me like wanting to be smaller or needing to have control over my body or control over one aspect. And like this, like the more I talk about it, the more it's not like this taboo thing, and it doesn't have to be something that I feel like I have to hide or be ashamed of or anything like that, but it does still impact like my relationship that I have with food and with my body.
Did you experience any oral symptoms as a result from your disorder?
I just remember my breath smelling really bad and having like a really dry mouth.
Or how did your disorder limit your ability to perform daily activities?
Just day to day, like I couldn't shower. Every single shower I would end up like sitting down in the bottom of it because I was almost gonna pass out. And if I had like a special event or something, it would take me like 2 to 3 hours to get ready just because I could never pick out what to wear because I never felt like good enough in what I had on. Like I remember I had this friend, she was so small. And one time she called me skinny, and I thought that was so weird. But we were in the same PE class. Like I would borrow her shorts and they would like fit me the same way that they fit her. But in my mind, like I just never like saw that.
So it was like you saw yourself in a certain way that other people didn't. That wasn't reality, kind of.
Body dysmorphia, like to the max. Like, yeah.
What was a day like living with your eating disorder?
All I thought about was, how are other people seeing me? What do I look like to other people? I look so fat sitting down. Like I need to move my body position this. Like it was just, it's all you think about is your body and how you look and that you want it to be smaller. Like I wanted to like disappear. Like I wanted to, yeah. I know I'm talking about it really lightly, but yeah, like it was difficult. It was a lot to like overcome.
You're strong for overcoming it, though.
Thank you.
Would you say there were any barriers you encountered during your eating disorder that prevented you from seeking dental or medical care?
We got our teeth cleaned every 6 months, but just I was in denial about the fact that I had an eating disorder. I feel like we just as people, like it's easier to just pretend something isn't happening than to like address it because it's awkward. So like nobody came to me. Like my friends, my really close friends in high school would be like, Hannah, like you need to eat. Like I've been with you for 3 days now and I know that all you've eaten is XYZ. Like you have to eat, or like you're too small. So I think my denial and my lack of wanting to be open about it and not accepting like, wow, I really do have a problem was the biggest hurdle in the whole thing.